up. I wanted to start at 6 o'clock, and that didn't work out quite so well. Still wearing my work gear, so we'll just hopefully not ruin everything here tonight. So today, here in just a couple minutes, once I finish drinking my water, I'll start baking banana bread. And I've been hyped about doing that all week. Now, I ran into an issue because I wasn't thinking properly. I need overripe bananas to make banana bread. And part of the reason this stream is so late is because I forgot some stuff for the Rocky Road cookies. So everything is accounted for, the kitchen is clean, and we're getting about ready to start. So I don't know, I kind of want to show this off a little bit too. My mug I picked up the other day from another streamer, Gailey. I know she popped into the last stream. I'm kind of excited to have this mug, so I know it means a bit. So the big thing for today, like I said, is banana bread. And I completely forgot about having ripe bananas to make the banana bread. And luckily, I found somebody kind enough that gave me just enough ripe bananas to actually pull this off today, according to my poll on Twitter. This is one of the things that everybody wanted to see. Otherwise, they wanted to see both. And as it turns out, I'm going to be able to do both the banana bread and the Rocky Road cookies. So the first thing I'll do is I'll do the banana bread, and then while the banana bread's in here baking, I'm going to be able to start prepping and prepping the Rocky Road cookies. I've got all my ingredients for the Rocky Road cookie sitting way over on the other end. Ninja Killer, how's it going? Yes, I'm so excited. Tried it after the ad, but it wasn't in the chat box, so I paused the video, restarted. Unskippable 30-second ad. I can't do anything about the ads, unfortunately. Let me go ahead and first things first, I'm going to get the oven preheated. How's everybody doing today? Good, I'm hoping. So the recipe I'm going to be following today is one that you can find on the back of these Fisher chopped walnuts. I went to the website and I wrote it down on this handy little piece of paper, and eventually I'm going to have my own little 3-ring binder of handwritten recipes. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I'm happy that it's getting quite a bit of a turnout here. So for this, we need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 1/4 teaspoon baking powder, a stick of butter softened, half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a cup of sugar, 2 eggs, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 3 ripe bananas, I have 4, and a cup of walnuts. So, yeah, at least someone's having a good day. You've got to play Fortnite? Oh, I tried that game, and the very first time I dropped, I didn't know how to use the little hover thing, so I got killed before I even hit the ground. So I don't even have my ingredients out, really. My flour, and if I need more of it, baking powder, sugar. My vanilla extract is in here. Maybe. There it is. Some eggs, bananas. I didn't peel or slice them, but I don't think I'm going to need to. Currently have 100% win ratio on Fortnite for the 2 games you've ever played. Wow. Yeah, no, I tried playing with that Fromage guy, or Fromage guy, and yeah, we did better at like the team deathmatch kind of thing as opposed to the team fight, and so you hate the genre in general. To be completely honest, I absolutely despise battle royales. So, in that, we're in agreement. It's a horrible game type, and I wish it didn't exist. I really do. Alright, so I hope. Oh, hell no. That is not softened enough. So, I did not soften my butter enough. But B-Sweet's using a T3 perk to make you play Fortnite with Trace for an hour. Huh. Well, good luck. Well, it sounds like you've already got better luck at it than I do. So. Yeah, I just don't like Battle Royales. And I was a little disappointed when they made the new Black Ops game more for the Battle Royale than anything else. I missed campaigns. I really do. Alright. So, I didn't soften the butter enough. And I'm going to go ahead and microwave it for about 45 seconds. Which should help. Now, I need to get the sugar in there, which I just need a single cup of sugar. It doesn't say whether or not it's supposed to be granulated or not, but we're going to use granulated sugar. Most people, well, hang on a second, 50 versus 50, most people were killed by the field. You never saw the enemy, but you didn't die, and the team won. So that is what's important in a Battle Royale game. You don't have to necessarily be good, you just have to be better than the last guy standing. If it's by fate or if it's by like pure skill, you know. Which is why I don't really stand much of a chance in any of those games. So there's our cup of sugar. I'm going to rinse that out here in just a second. So I went and actually bought, I didn't have a loaf pan, so I went and bought one of those here this afternoon, like right after I got off work. Uh-oh. So I liquefied the butter, which is not necessarily what we want. I will use that for something else, maybe. I don't know. Make sure you weren't being hit by it and people more use the normal field. So I already went and screwed this up. Softened butter, not melted butter. Don't judge me, this sucks. I genuinely, I like liquefied the butter with the 45 seconds. I don't know what I was thinking on that. Because I'm supposed to cream it, not liquefy it. Not, like, it totally liquefied it. So I kind of screwed that one up. I'm trying to think what I can do with liquid butter. Can't use it for anything right now. Seconds should be good. Alright, now I need my handy little $10 mixer. And it's going to get loud in here for just a minute. Okay, cream, butter, and sugar. add eggs and vanilla extract. Let me grab a couple eggs quick. I don't know if I'm supposed to be using large eggs or not. I might have just regular eggs. Those are extra large eggs. We will not use those. So I had a bit of a fight with the egg carton the other day, and I lost. Yeah, I did 10 seconds that second time. Yeah, I'll have to do popcorn. I think I might have a bag of it somewhere. I'm not sure. I'm ill prepared for the use of many of these things. So 2 eggs, vanilla extract. But we need to cream this. So to cream it, this is gonna suck. Oh, please. That's actually turning out better than I thought it would. I mean, maybe I should have put it in there for 15 seconds. This might take a bit yet. Because that is not a cream yet. But it's getting there. So if you give me just 1 second, I'm going to try to get to the chat here. Okay. I'm going to get my little spatula out. I'm going to smooth that down on the sides and get it a little bit closer to like the middle. So maybe I can actually work it a little bit better. Because that's still pretty iffy. Alright, so kind of reminds me of Denise who tried to make a cup of hot cocoa. Put it in for 2 minutes, it mostly boiled over and flooded the microwave with chocolate water. Oh no! But that's kind of how we all learn though, isn't it? We're getting there. I think that's pretty good. Wired Reflexes, hello there. How's it going, bud? Long time no see. Thank you, Ninja Killer. She swore up and down that she didn't... Oh, that she always put it in that long and that it was fine. So clearly you did something different. The laws of physics have not changed. They don't change. I don't think they ever will. I think that's good enough. Let me drink my water quick. Alright, so now we need to add 2 eggs and the vanilla extract. So, yeah, no, I had an interesting little skirmish with the carton of eggs yesterday. I was trying to get one to use for my my meatballs. I put shake and bake in them, and it was kind of interesting how that turned out. Anyway, I was trying to get the egg out of the carton, and as I was trying to pull it out of there, I crushed it, and it blew up in my face. Which I know that sounds bad. And it's funny, in all honesty. Alright, now I just need to get my teaspoon to do the vanilla extract. And then we can start blending that into oblivion. I think my teaspoon's right here. Yeah, there he is. So we're going to use a teaspoon of vanilla. Which, surprisingly enough, I didn't realize actually had there's a little bit of alcohol in it. Okay. There's that. I'm going to go ahead and just rinse this off quick. Set that right there. Alright, so with an electric mixer, mix until blended, and then we'll add the bananas. Alright, in all honesty, I'm supposed to have peeled the bananas and like cut them up. But I have not done that yet. Peeled and sliced. Probably shouldn't be using a parent knife. Woohoo! Alright, there's one banana. This is kind of... these guys are pretty darn ripe. Sometimes I guess you can consider them to be overripe. Like I said, I didn't actually have ripened bananas prepared for this. So I want to give a thank you to the person who actually had bananas. And as silly as it sounds, I have to say thank you to my mother. So, thanks, Ma. You're always a big help. 2 bananas. 1 more. You know, and I'm not even sure that I want to try. Okay, So, hey there. How's it going? So this last one here, I've got a really bad feeling of, because I think he's a liquid. Oh yeah, that's a ripe banana, man. This is some kind of horror show. Probably the better one to be putting in there. So I'm not even going to mess with him. And I am going to wash my hands here. Real good. So, yeah. Go ahead and just do that quick. Woof. Slick for battle, haircut and a beard trim. Yeah, I over this weekend I got a haircut, and haha, it's all nice now. Hoping to go well for interview. Flour. Oh, okay. Add bananas. Now we need to mix in 2 cups of all-purpose flour and cinnamon. I always misplace my cinnamon to the point where I always purchase more. I've got like 3 things of cinnamon sitting around. Looking good? Thank you. I need to do that more often. It says add bananas. It didn't say anything about blending them in there just yet. So, I said we need 2 cups of flour. Let's be careful. Okay, so there's 1 cup flour. I think we might only actually have like another half a cup in here. I mean, once we've gotten our 2 cups. Okay, there's that. Yeah, there's like half a cup left in here. Sounds like the oven's prepped, which is good because we're going to need that soon enough. And then I need, how much cinnamon? Half a teaspoon of cinnamon, which my teaspoon's here. I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit on there. Yeah, we might have a little bit more cinnamon than what's necessary, but it doesn't hurt. Can't pronounce cinnamon IRL. Do you have enough for this bake? I do, and luckily, I went ahead and I bought more all-purpose flour too for the next time, which hopefully should be sometime, I want to say, in August, because I'm supposed to be closing on the house tomorrow, and I'm going to start moving hopefully the following week. Mix flour, bananas, okay. Woo, that cinnamon's overpowering. But that's good. All right, I'm gonna Scrape my sides down here real quick just to make sure that I get all the flour and everything. Put it back in here. That way we can say that we've got it all anyway. Making some rice. Okay. This is coming along quite well. Oh, come on, get out of there, buddy. No! Okay, so it is just blended. Now we need to stir in the walnuts. I need a cup of walnuts. So I'm just kind of going to eyeball this one into the cup. Alright, looks about good. Alright, so I just need to stir that in. I got all these extra walnuts. Alright, you're trying to recover from taking a 10 to 12 hours to make it emote and barely sleeping. So you're going to get going. Hope it turns out great. Might stop back later. Thank you for stopping by, SBC. I'll go ahead and, like I said, I always post pictures and everything of all this, and I end up uploading the video to YouTube. So, have I seen the banana bread at work video? I can't say that I have, although I have a picture on my phone. I bet it's probably a reference to it. With a skeleton holding a scroll about banana bread. Stir in walnuts. Alright, we're going to get this out of the way. That way I can move this into total view here. Because I only have so much space to work with in my itty-bitty kitchen here at the apartment. So we're going to get all these walnuts mixed around in here. That's looking pretty good. I'll have to check it out. Was your favorite as a kid? I'll have to send you post-stream. Perfect, I'd appreciate it. Banana bread, I don't know. I couldn't get my mother to make it quite often. But I think the batter turned out pretty good so far. So the last thing I need to do, according to, I didn't even need the baking powder out just yet. I'll set him off to the side. Shouldn't I need to not throw flour in my face. To spread the mixture in a greased 9 by 5 inch loaf pan, which oddly enough, because of another one of my cooking streams, I have leftover butter. So, I'm going to take this tablespoon of butter and we're going to run it around the inside of the 9-inch pan, or well, the 9 by 5 loaf tin, however you want to call it, the loaf bun. I'm struggling right now, and it's pretty dang funny. Alright, that's not quite dry. That's not good. The towel sitting over here. Okay. I think buttering counts as greasing it. I don't see why it wouldn't. Ah, crap. And I'll put this with the rest of the butter over here for just a moment. So now we have our greased up pan. We're going to go ahead and start putting the... You know, there are days I wish I wasn't right-handed. I'm going to start pouring our mixture here into the 9x9 pan. Our 9x5 loaf dish. Okay. Let's try to get the rest of this off here. Set that down. I'm going to try to spread this out a little bit. Try to make it kind of even if I can. Okay. So now we're just about ready. So 50 to 60 minutes in the oven is what we're going to go ahead and do. Itty bitty oven mitt. Big oven mitt. Alright. And in it goes. Perfect. Now give me 1 second here and I'm going to go talk to my little gizmo in the other room and get a timer started. Hey Google, start a timer for 60 minutes.
1 hour, starting now.
Okay. So, now that that's out of the way, get some of these dishes cleaned up. That way we can start on the next project, which this is a 2-part stream. Can't wait for the bread. Well, you get a piece of it this time because you're the one who gave me all them bananas. Much appreciated. So once I get everything cleaned up here, we'll start prepping the Rocky Road cookies. Oh, I wish I could send you guys some of the cookies. I really do. Or not cookies, some of the bread. More importantly, the bread. Oh, yes. But I'm just not sure it'll hold up in the mail. You know? Which sucks. Whoops. Forgot about you, little guy. Alright. Gonna end up having to use this bowl right away. So the priority is to get this one cleaned up. I think I got one more towel we need to use here. Yeah, I got 2 left actually, so we'll go with that. Now is when I'm going to need the baking powder. So I'm pretty excited. It's good you have to make some more for your work too. What kind of cookies? We're making Rocky Road cookies. It's a recipe I picked up off of a website. I talked about the Rocky Road cookies when we were making fudge the other day. And I actually went and I looked up a recipe, and it's from a website called, what was it, 13 Spatulas or 15 Spatulas or something like that. Yeah, it's from 15spatulas.com, and I'll give them credit for it because they're like, I made this recipe, and it's like, well, I'm not going to steal it. Ninja Killer, thank you for the host. Much appreciated. So, I'm going to go ahead and grab everything I need. It's all been set up over here. Alright, watch off there. I don't know if you guys can hear my fan going in the background. If you can, I apologize. I ripped part of the recipe. So, I'm hoping I have enough chocolate chips. And I'm not going to set anything on the stove because that's just not smart. So I've got everything I've got sitting over here. And for the 15spatulas.com's Rocky Road cookies, excited for the new kitchen. I'm stoked. The only issue is I don't have any appliances. So it's just way more counter space and way more storage. So I'm pretty excited, but at the same time, a little stilted with the whole not having appliances. But for these Rocky Road cookies, you need 3 cups of powdered sugar, 2/3 cups of unsweetened cacao powder, 1/4 a teaspoon of salt, 3 extra large eggs, a tablespoon of vanilla extract, 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips, 2.5 ounces of sliced almonds, and a cup of mini marshmallows. Come to Best Buy, you got me, fam. Oh, I'd appreciate it. I planning on doing a planned shopping though here sometime next week or the week after. Hopefully when I get my internet set up, I'll have everything kind of like going from there. So, preheat oven to 350 degrees. We are good on that one because the banana bread needed 350 degrees. So it's like as soon as we are done with the banana bread, when we get him out of there, we can start putting these cookies through left and right. I'm missing a cookie sheet. So you got to line 2 sheets with parchment paper. What do we got going on? Ninja's got the hookup. We got you covered in Sue tomorrow. Well, that's appreciated too. Talked to Dave. He called me last night, and I told him about the house and the appliance situation. He's like, "Oh, well, yeah, I can help you look for a fridge and a stove." And I was like, "Oh," so I got a whole bunch of people helping me out with that, which is always appreciated. I just can't thank everybody enough. All right, salt. We're going to put the banana bread recipe off to the side. So I'll go ahead and I'll post that one again too, making sure that I give credit to that website that I pulled that off of, which is the Fisher's website. My first parchment paper, so 2 sheets, which I'll do, I'll just set them over here in all honesty. And I do have parchment paper. It's what we used when we made the cheesecake. I don't think this has actually got like a sheet to tear, so I think I cut it with a pair of scissors. No, I didn't either. So that might be a little bit excessive for the cookie sheet. But it's better to have too much than not enough. I'm a firm believer in that. So we will go ahead, get that set up. Next, in a large bowl, sift together powdered sugar and cocoa powder. So I need 3 cups of the powdered sugar. 3 cups. Oof. Almonds. I said I was going to put that there. I've run out of places to put things. I need tape so I could stick that recipe on the wall. Hershey's cocoa powder. My powdered sugar. Boy, this is going to be interesting. I hadn't put any thought into it. I did, but I didn't. Careful, parchment paper likes to burn on the sides. Okay, fridge magnet. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. perfect. It's just out of sight, but... Yeah, you know what? That's not a bad idea. I'll go ahead and I'll cut that back a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some of my powdered sugar into this container that I bought. I spent way too much money today. Alright. So that should be hopefully enough of the paper. And I forgot to mention that the cookies will actually only be in there between 12 to 13 minutes just to kind of set a little bit. Alright. I put my scissors away, didn't I? No, I didn't either. Good. I mentioned the other day that I've got butterfingers, and that statement's still pretty true. Here, let me go ahead and cut that off a little bit bigger. How do you like that? The container's just big enough. I'm going to have to label it so that I know this is powdered sugar and that some people don't like try to touch my stuff. Ah! Spilled it a little bit. Okay. So, we need to sift together 3 cups of the powdered sugar and I put it over here now. I have to remember that. And 2/3 cup of unsweetened cocoa. Where are you? You're my cup that I just decide to throw around every now and again, because why not? This is my 2/3 cup, so we're good with that one too. Careful, friend. I know, this would be kind of like a bum deal. Not gonna lie. So 3 cups. We can do the, we'll do the sugar first, like the first 2 cups of it, and then we'll take that last cup and we'll mix in the cocoa that way. I think I pronounced that right. I'm going to make sure that's dang well and dry. So I'm pretty excited. So we're just going to sift. Damn it. Okay. There's that. Well, now I'm at a predicament. No one ever said I was intelligent. And I probably didn't need to wash that. But give me 1/2 a second, because if I can't do that increment there, I needed what, 2/3? So, what else makes 2/3? That's a cup. 4th cup. 1/3. So these I don't use. 1/2. Okay. I need a better place to put this stuff. Yeah, that'll work. You can't see it, so I'm all good. What a horrifying deal. Oh. Okay. Boy, that smells sweet, but that is definitely not sweet. This is unsweetened chocolate. I think that's about 2/3. Oh no, it's not either. That's 1/3. We got a little in there already. I'm making a huge mess, but that is fine because I will have this cleaned up later. I don't know why I threw that extra cocoa in there. I'm kind of wasteful, actually. Okay. That's all sifted. And we're not going to drop this. Thank goodness. Oh. Sift together powdered sugar and cocoa powder. Whisk in salt. Add egg whites. Egg whites. Oh. And vanilla, and whisk until the egg whites and vanilla are combined. So now I need my 3 large eggs. With regards to egg whites, I've never dealt with like separating the yolk, but I have an idea as to how to do it. And for whisking, I don't think I necessarily have a whisk. I have no idea. I've got a blender ball. So, tell you what, we're just going to use a fork. Whisk in salt. I need a quarter teaspoon salt. Where did my teaspoon go? That's a half. And here's my quarter. Yeah, I'm not going to mix that over top of that. That would just be kind of dumb of me. Okay. There's our salt. Egg whites are easy to separate. I thought they were, but I wasn't like 100% sure. So I'm thinking it's just basically keep the yolk in the eggshell. I think. I'm pretty sure that's a good way to go about it. I keep looking down in the wrong spot. Whisk in salt, add egg whites and vanilla. I need a tablespoon. Yeah, that's about right. I don't know if I've got... You know, there's a lot more vanilla in here than I thought there was. Damn, and as expensive as vanilla is, too. Woof. Actually, I hope I didn't need that. I didn't. Okay. And now we got to do the egg whites. Easy way is punch a hole in the pointy end, and the white will flow out, but the yolk won't fit. Just not to puncture the yolk. Well, I've got a dozen eggs. We've got a bit of time and a little of effort to try. So, poke a hole in it, huh? Ouch. There's got to be a better... I'm not like 100% confident in myself right now. No, you know what? I'm going to end up getting hurt. Let's just do this. Alright, we got one yolky boy. Tried using a rock. Hey, I think I did pretty good scooping this guy out of there for the first time trying that. Do I have a container I can put these in for any reason other than just to be a hoarder? This is a horrible idea. I'm going to put it in. Use the knife to make a straight crack across the egg. Okay. Well, I tell you what, that first attempt turned out pretty good. Hey, I'm getting pretty good, I think. I feel like I am. I don't know why I'm doing that much. I might fry those later, actually. This one might not turn out quite so nice. Actually, that bowl with the butter in it would have been perfect. I'm going to go ahead and just dump those yolks in there. And I might cook those here for my roommate. But I definitely want to wash my hands after that experience. So I got to get in there quick and mix all that around. Whisk it good. So you've had practice. Okay. Well, I'll have to... What am I doing again? Sift together powder, whisk salt, add the eggs and vanilla until combined. Stir in chocolate chips and almonds. Something tells me one, I'm getting too much of this on myself. You know, the idea behind these is it was supposed to be ooey gooey Rocky Road cookies. This is actually turning out quite nice. I thought this was going to be a lot... holy crap, this thickened up. Oh, that's tough to stir. What the heck? Yikes, I don't think I'm going to get my fork out of there. More yolks for me. Right? That's the best way to think about it on there. Alright, so stir in chocolate chips and almonds. So I actually did not measure out 2.5 ounces of almonds. I don't even know how I would go about 2.5 ounces of almonds. There are 60 ounces of almonds in there. We need chocolate chips. Semi-sweet. Two cups semi-sweet. Oh dear Lord. And I'm just going to go ahead and like eyeball this. And say that's probably good. Stir in chocolate and almonds. My fork is not liking this at all, guys. He's not happy. I don't know if I'm going to have enough of enough of this to even put on the second cookie sheet. Stirring chocolate chips and almonds. Use a disher to portion out small mounds on the parchment paper. And top each mound with 4 to 5 marshmallows. So I don't own a disher. And that kind of sucks. I can do it with a fork. Perfect. I figured as much, but I wasn't 100% certain. So, get these moved out of the way here briefly. We'll come back to you later. This actually has gotten warm. Ah, no. I need my spatula. Oh, Jesus Christ, it scared the shit out of me. Alright. Holy fucking crap. Oh. Damn. That wasn't funny. I didn't think that was funny, man. He'd come out of nowhere. Oh. Alright, so once we get these on here and we get the marshmallows added, and I think maybe I'm putting too big of pieces on here, honestly. That looks actually too small. I might have made the portions a little big. If I only actually make one tray of these, I won't have any regrets. This is just kind of like something I wanted to do. Because I was like, hey, I like Rocky Road. And that Weird Al Yankovic song, I like Rocky Road. So, I scare easy, you know my pain. Yeah, it's a flippin' curse. I probably shouldn't put so many on here. And in all honesty, I think I might have put it a little close to the edge. So, what I think I'm going to do is we're going to finish off this one here, and we will use the second one. There just won't be near as many of these cookies on there. So the idea was great. I like this. Oh, that one's going to be close. So now, I'm supposed to put marshmallows. I'm going to wash my hands one more time quick before I put those on there. That way I can be like 100% certain. And then this will turn out okay. I'm hoping it will. I know it will. Everything so far, with the exception of the rhubarb crisp. That was, I guess, the only failure I've had so far. Stream-wise, it just did not... what's the word I'm looking for? The filming of it didn't work quite right. The stream froze up. There was lagging issues and all other manner of stupid thing. So now, once we get these nifty little marshmallows in there, we're supposed to chill these in the freezer for about 5 minutes so that it doesn't like go all crazy on us when we put it in there. Which I don't think I'll put it in for quite as long, or I didn't think it would take as long to make these, or I thought it would take longer. I can't speak. Proper spec, not know how I too. Struggling. So I need to see if I've got room in my tiny, tiny, inconsequential little freezer here. And if I do, then I'll put this whole thing in there. Which I doubt I do. I'm going to have to do a little bit of finagling. Here. Yep, I'm just going to move some of your stuff around. I ain't taking none. I dropped one, though, so it's a wrap. It's all good. I think we're good. Oh. Okay. All right, cool. So, no pun intended. All right, now we let those sit in there. So melt on the sheet of cookie. Yep. Actually, to be honest, I think we could sacrifice a little bit of temperature with the bread if I want to try to get all these in there right away. I don't have an issue with that. All that for 2 cookies. Boy, I feel dumb. I made the other ones a little bit big, I think is the issue here. You know, mayhaps I didn't use enough almond either. Part of me wants to lick this off there. The child in me does. But the adult knows better with that raw egg. So, I feel bad because there's just 2 of them on there. Oh, wait, I shouldn't have opened that. Crap! Hang on 1 second. minutes. Alright, so we're going to get some marshmallows put on these guys. And we'll kind of go from there. I feel like I said, it's a wasted sheet. But maybe I'll just slap that on the next one. Alrighty. I feel like I ought to just put those in the freezer right now. We're going to cannibalize it. Those will turn out fine, I'm positive. We're going to be okay. I'm just going to set this back up here, so we didn't actually do anything with it. Give me 1 second to see if I can make an omelet for my roommate quick. So, I got all these extra eggs. Our banana bread is in the oven, baking as we speak. Our cookies are chilling in the freezer. And I have more than enough crap that I could make an omelet for him. So give me 1 second to see if he's up for that. If not, then I'll just deal with that. Damn. What? Do you want an omelet? Yeah. I'll message you on Discord since I figured that's an easy way to get hold of you. That's the second alarm. That's the one for the cookies. Hey Google. Delay timer 1 minute.
Alright, 1 minute added to your 4-minute timer.
So we're going to give that just an extra minute. Couldn't quite figure out if you wanted one or not. So I think I might make one here later. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use all of my my melted butter from my first little snafu. I'm going to use that to grease the pan to make an omelet for myself. Me breaking everything over here. So, I suppose I could probably start cleaning up a little bit. I ask questions, or if anybody wants to ask questions, you're more than welcome to. I always let that option out there in case anybody's curious about anything. Like recipes or quite like that. Hey Google, stop timer. Okay, so the cookies have chilled for 5 minutes. And chilled they have. I got rid of that fork just a little too soon, I think. Yeah, those aren't coming off there. So, I have a devious little idea, because I'm a doofus and I didn't ever put them all on there a while ago, and I should have. And hopefully, like you said, these won't catch fire. Okay. How tall is I? About 6'2". Fairly tall. Alright, so you guys are going to have to forgive me for this. But, I think the way things are going, I'm going to have to put that in there and add a little bit of extra time for the banana bread. If y'all can forgive me. And if not, those tough cookies. Okay, I was open for just a minute. It should be okay. So the idea with the banana bread is when you test it, it's supposed to, like the toothpick, and if it comes out clean, you're done. So we'll go based off of that. But with regards to the cookies, you bake them for 12 to 13 minutes until the marshmallow is golden brown. Because your head's higher than the fridge. My fridge is taller than me. Yeah, we got a little itty bitty mini. I won't say mini fridge because mini fridge is the knee high. Oh yeah, no, that's knee high. The knee high gizmo there. So I'm gonna grab another glass of water, and I forgot to have Google start a timer. So I'm gonna grab that quick too. Hey Google, start a timer for 12 minutes.
Second timer for 12 minutes. And that's starting now.
Okay. So I guess I'm just going to pull up my chair and we'll sit here and watch the stove or the oven. Too high for me. Oh. That was kind of creepy. A piece of the paper just kind of fall away. I don't know if I used enough almond or not. But it'll definitely be interesting to see how these turn out. I'm pretty excited though. More so excited because of the banana bread, and I'll definitely be making more of it. And I figured the idea with my cooking streams is I wanted to stream me trying new things. Whereas the first time I did a cooking stream, I made my shepherd's pie, which is something I've been making for years. And so we started with my sister's Kit Kat cake, or the one she used to make all the time. We did cake, and I'm sorry, what? We started with cake, and it started going off from there. So it was cake, cookies, cheesecake? No, rhubarb. It was the rhubarb. The rhubarb crisp, cheesecake, rhubarb pudding cake, which turned out absolutely beautiful, by the way. I loved that. I'm not a big fan of rhubarb, but that turned out very sweet. The rhubarb cake, we did fudge last time, and today, first time making banana bread, and my first time making these the Rocky Road cookies. So I'm always willing to do cooking streams for like first times of trying something. But I mentioned earlier that I never have everything 100% thought out. And whenever I want to actually start the stream, I'm always a little bit behind, just because of how I overlook something. So today, I didn't realize there was a difference between granulated sugar and powdered sugar. And I said, what's the difference? I looked it up, and I found the big difference. So I had to run to the store to pick that up. And, that's one of the big things I was down. So I've got a whole bunch of bananas sitting up there for the next batch of banana bread, too. Same. Yeah. Pretty dang horrible about remembering things right off the top, getting things set up. But everything always turns out pretty good. So, not really too terribly much to worry about cooking-wise. So the reason I couldn't get a hold of my roommate is he's currently preoccupied playing Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands, which is a pretty fun game. What does it say? Sweet is sweet, I always thought. I have no idea. I'm horrible because at some point I lose track of what I'm doing. So if it ever seems like I've just kind of sidelined and sidetracked, sorry. I've not been derailed again. So all of the people that have stopped in here earlier, Ninja Killer, Stupid But Cunning, Wired Reflexes. I guess I don't want to say Wired Reflexes. I guess he's a friend of mine here locally, but all those other streamers that pop up here are other streamers that I've followed for one reason or another, just content and everything. I know I need to get in touch with Blue Goat Bard because he wanted to do a collaboration, and I was supposed to get a hold of him sometime here today, and that kind of fell through because I got caught up with this whole fiasco of not having everything I needed for the cookies, which I've got both in the oven right now, by the way, and I'll have the recipes and stuff. I'll go ahead and take pictures of those and I'll post them to my Twitter, like I did with the rhubarb pudding cake. So, what's your reason?
content. You know, and that's the thing, is I'm pretty sure I found your channel because of Stupid But Cunning, and just the crazy, the clips and everything. I love just finding the neat little bits and clip, and I have a lot of fun when I'm in your channel. You know, and I don't know, you do a lot of Overwatch, which I think it's a fun game. It's interesting and everything, but I always have such a hard time playing Overwatch because I feel everything's kind of been shifted, but that's just, games evolve constantly, and I'm so damn stubborn and don't want to learn different movesets and everything. And then I start thinking about Blizzard wanting to make a second Overwatch game, and I don't want to think about that. But, you know, I'm trying to remember how I even found Stupid But Cunning's channel. How did I find it? I was there for his 24-hour stream, but I was watching him well before that. I wish I could remember. Boy, that just sounds really crappy, doesn't it? It all stems from some game of interest. That I know he does a lot of. What was it? There's a lot of RuneScape, which my buddies have been trying to get me to play that game again. And I don't know. I'd have to start a whole new account. I'm really not big into that idea, but at the same time, it could be kind of fun. Yeah, I just thinking of all the Mordhau clips though too, with the frying pan and all that good fun stuff. I've kind of gotten off topic again. Woo! Oh, everything's kind of slowed down. All the momentum, everything going right away. I guess I probably could get this all cleaned up too, but I don't think there's anything wrong with just relaxing a little bit. Have I seen the video yet? I haven't. I could go watch it real quick on the computer, but I kind of want to like hover over this just to make sure that everything turns out okay. So for some reason or another, I thought I needed baking powder, and I didn't. But like I said, I will go ahead and I'll check out that video here. Yeah, waiting's not fun. At first, when I was doing the baking streams, decided that I didn't want to have everybody like drag it out. Because everyone's interested in seeing how you prepare it, what goes into it, and all of that bit. But then there's this 60-minute window where you gotta wait for it to be done, to come out, and then get a good look at it. So I think it was a couple streams ago I decided that I didn't want to have to like just take pictures and be like, hey guys, I know the few of you that are here wanted to see this. So I just kind of been doing a like a little chat thing right away to try to kill time, and I know it doesn't necessarily bring in people, but that's not what this is about. This is just like wanting to see it through to the end, and I want you guys to be able to see it through to the end, even if, like I said, it drags out of just an hour of me sitting here with my mug drinking water, wearing my Five Nights at Freddy's security hat. Or my Boonie hat. Or some other crazy thing. I've got a goofy looking mask or two sitting around in my closet somewhere. I could mess around with those, but I'm not sure. could do going forward, now that I think about it, is I can have one big baking thing, and then I can have a bunch of smaller cooking things, like attached onto it. So, say I bake a pie, and at the same time make like grilled cheese or something. I don't know. I'm struggling to come up with certain ideas, and I know when I get the new house here and get moved in, what I want to do is I want to get a camera set up. So I'll have something that'll focus over the stove and something kind of by the fridge and on the wall. I want to get... Baking's kind of like getting to be a thing for me. And I'm enjoying it, like, a lot. But it's all about, like I said, it's all so far been like first time experiences making stuff. Baking-wise. That is probably our second timer. Hey Google, turn off timer. Hey Google, how much time is left on the timer?
28 seconds remaining.
What? No way! So, switch between cams. I need to do something like that. So here's the deal. Google just told me. So here these guys are. Nice and golden brown. These cookies turned out pretty awesome. And I'm glad none of them like overflowed. And now for what everybody's been waiting for. Banana bread. So, that's hot as hell. Woo! All my toothpicks just vanished. Oh, crap! Hey, Google. Turn off timer. I need a toothpick. Bro, where are my toothpicks? Alright, we'll substitute. I don't have, but I tell you what. I tried this. It came out clean. So, I have to say, actually, you know what? I'm gonna put them cookies back in there for just half a second, like a couple minutes more. But I'm gonna rotate them around so we can try to get the other parts done too. But our banana bread, I'm pretty sure that's done. So, why did I do that?
So, I got all the way up to this part. Now I just don't know exactly how to, like, get the banana bread out of here. Oh, buddy. Damn, that's hot. Like, the pan. It scalds. Hang on. We're going to keep that. But I have to say, that did not turn out too bad. I'm pretty excited. I know a couple people who are dying to get a piece. Sorry, guys. I really, really, really wish I could send you some. Yeah, I'm going to leave them in there for just a minute longer. Okay, 5 minutes. We're doing 5 minutes. Maybe. Golden brown. They are pretty golden brown, but I wanted them to be a little bit more done. So, it is done! Yes! Banana bread successfully made. I have to say, this was great. I look forward to sharing it with some of the people at work, and as well that one other person that I owe a piece to. I might go carve her up a slice here quick, and hey, what do you know? Well, that butter's going to come in handy too if we need to put a little of that on there. What the heck is that noise? Oh. Okay, so that's the filter on Little Mrs. Bowl. Sounds like something screaming. So we're chugging away one way or the other. I went to look at my watch and it's not there. I took it out for the cooking stream. So, our banana bread turned out absolutely fantastic. Our cookies deserve a little bit more of time, I think. Maybe. Yeah, you know what? We're pulling them. I don't want to overdo it. So we're going to pull the cookies. Like I said, I found the recipe for the cookies on 15spatulas.com. And I got the recipe for the banana bread on the back of a packet of walnuts. So, fairly simple to get them, recipe-wise. I wish I could, like, make my own recipe. And someday I will. Just not today. Probably shouldn't keep them on top of the stove either. I just don't have another place to put them. So, that being said, this is all done. I thank everybody for stopping by and putting up with, one, the late stream, and two, all the happy accidents around here and this ungodful mess. So hopefully going to be moved in and capable of doing another cooking stream by, I was going to check my phone, I want to say in maybe 2 to 3 weeks. So 2 to 3 weeks we'll have everything necessary to go for it. So thanks again, everybody, for stopping by. Until the next time, well, I need to figure out what else to do. So if anybody has any suggestions, you go ahead and just send me some on either Discord or Twitter, I'm willing to give recipes, just about anything, a shot. I had somebody give me a fruit pizza recipe the other day, so I might do that. Have a good one.